Good evening. Once again, we return to what will probably be an abridged story of Caius, Spellsword, Dunmer, Eternal Champion, former agent of the Emperor, Initiate of the Blades,
peasant,
and currently on my way out of Vivec.
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
Now, before I go too much further, I just want to take a quick minute here and review some of the tasks that I had outlined. I'm recording this very late, so I may not be able to get a lot of what I wanted to do done. The first is this question about the alchemy. Alright. For some reason I thought I had to pick these up, but it actually looks like I need to steal them. So I'll go back to the Market Canton. Tried speaking with Crassius, but I didn't get too far there, so need to talk to Nasi again. I'm a little curious as to why that quest is still in my book if I haven't, if it's done. I have a couple of notes here which I can't actually quite make out. So one of these says Malor. And the other is Tongue-Toad. Alright, well, let's start by getting back to the foreign quarter. Oh yes, I seem to recall I also wanted to try water breathing inside there. But that's fine, I'll be traveling through here again, so I'll deal with my immediate duties.
spit it out or hit the road.
And then we'll come back to clean anything up another time. Now I'll admit I've never really tried to steal something before, so trying to get these formulas might be a challenge.
Let's not make this official, Outlander.
Definitely fond of the look of this place. It's very nice at night. Alright, I'm gonna guess from the banner that that's the foreign quarter, but let's be sure. So how's my inventory? So I'm full up. Ah, yes. So I believe we can find a good price for those. So I seem to remember that the alchemist was in the waste works. But before I go any further, I'd like to try and sell in some of the higher levels. I think my best shot's gonna be to sell this stuff at the Fighters Guild.
You've got my ear. Let's
I
hear
think
it.
it would be best if you leave.
What Khajiit do for you?
This guy doesn't like me at all.
Well, friend, what brings you here?
I'm not sure if there's anybody that I'm going to be able to
How do
sell
you
this
do,
to.
Dunmer?
Anytime, friend. I'm right here.
How may I help you, Dunmer?
Show me the nearest smith.
How do you do, Dunmer?
How do you do as well? Surely the Fighters Guild has at least someone to do equipment. Ah, yes. This guy who probably won't sell to me. Ah!
May your adventures be great. Such good company. Well,
Yes, stranger?
Not Dunmer anymore, huh?
Understand is
Go ahead.
Watch yourself.
I'm pretty sure I've cleaned this guy out already. Well, he's got something. It's all definitely worth a lot more than what he can. Holy crap. Yeah. Yeah, I've already got the hammer and everything. I really wish there was something I could buy from him.
3 blessings, sir.
Alright,
Watch yourself.
What is this
We'll
about?
have no trouble here.
If I ever see that elf, he's in so much trouble.
Ah, now we're talking.
What's your story?
Not a bad day's work. I probably could have made that go a little bit longer by using a potion, but I'm actually trying to get some of the weight off. Do you buy armor? You do. Just don't have anything to trade for it. See, I've
What
been
is
here
it, sir?
before.
Let's not make this official, Outlander. Move along.
You want something?
Outlander.
You're not exactly charming your way into my graces, friend.
Ah. I see. Oh. Milady. Hey, look at me. Case I've never really been able to use telekinesis before, but this seems like the sort of thing that I might be able to use it for. So of course I don't have it. Okay, I'm gonna try something absolutely ridiculous.
The alchemical recipes of Arune Frerinus. A potion to cure common diseases is another frequent request. These are quite simple to make here in Radenfell and often cheaper, as grave dust is far more plentiful and better preserved by these fastidious Dunmer. Mix equal parts grave dust and green lichens. Heat over a low flame until the mixture turns brown. Notes: Daedra skin is just as effective, but very expensive. Chokeweed can be used in an emergency. Research notes on curing blight diseases. So far, the only mixtures I've found to be even partially effective is scrib jelly and salt and ash salts. These ingredients are not too hard to come by, but the ratio needs some adjustment, and the potion is not fully effective.
Dope. Alright, so So I somehow need to get her to look the other way.
You're
Oh,
not exactly charming your way into my graces, friend.
she called me friend. Ah! So what, does she just automatically detect me taking it no matter what?
Well, this should be interesting.
How could you see that? So I wonder, I mean, at this point I just need to learn how this whole thing works first. Okay, that counts as a crime, never mind.
Don't press your luck.
Alright, so
You're not exactly charming your way into my graces, friend.
unless there's some kind of a way I can get her to look the other way around. I mean, maybe there's one other thing, but I don't see this working either.
Put it back!
I didn't take anything.
What do you take me for, a fool? Go away.
Alright, well, so much for that.
What do you take me for, a fool? Go away. What do you take me for, a fool? Go away.
So apparently the place I decided to save has effectively trapped me in here.
What do you take me for, a fool? Go away.
I'm really curious though about okay. I mean, at this point I'm just trying out a few different things. Ah. So I still get caught for it though.
What do you take me for, a fool? Go away.
Nothing to see here, ma'am. close. I wonder if there's any kind of like I was gonna say sleep might work, except that it doesn't actually make them sleep.
Guards!
Yeah, so it doesn't seem to matter
What do you
where
take me
she's
for, fool? Go away.
doesn't seem to matter where she's walking. She's just gonna get mad about that no matter what. Like this should work.
This is outrageous! Guard! What do you take me for, a fool? Go away.
Alright, well, I'm getting out of here until this job's done. I do kind of think if it's out in the open like that, I either need to have some kind of sneak, which I don't have, or there needs to be some kind of telekinesis or something like that.
If you're here for trouble,
Yes, Outlander?
I heard something.
But at this point, I'm just gonna see if there is some kind of telekinesis scroll or
let's not make this
potion.
official, Outlander.
And if not, we'll just continue north to the next task.
What do you want of me, Outlander?
Realize I can probably make a spell that does what I want, but huh. Well, that was worth a shot. Alright. So let's see. Okay, well, the lock is good to know, but not quite. Oh, this might be something. gives me something to start with.
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
And I don't want to spend too much time on... Or, hang on, before I do this. There
What
might be
do you
people who
want
can
of-
teach
To
me
what
other
do I
things.
with pleasure?
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure.
That was the strangest book I've ever read.
Didn't realize I had more stuff I could sell. Oh, this is already too expensive. So I'm slightly curious what it will cost me to just get everything. Yeah, it's a bit much.
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
So I'm assuming this is mostly just stuff that I've already sold her, but I want to see if there's a way of finding any kind of telekinesis. Might as well. I don't know why I needed multiple means of
A pleasure to meet.
invisibility, but there you have it.
How fare thee, friend?
Please, go ahead, Outlander. I'm listening.
Keep moving. What is it, Sarah?
charming your way into my graces, friend.
How did you see me? I mean, if an invisible person can't get away with.
Well, this should be interesting.
Trying to find a way to sneak while I'm levitating.
That guy asks way too many questions.
Am I still invisible? I am not invisible. I'm assuming this doesn't work. No, she doesn't even have recipes on her.
This is outrageous!
And
Guards!
she sees the invisible person. Alright. Should have went with my original inclination and just said, we're leaving it.
Oh, let's not make this official, Outlander.
I can sort of understand the chest triggering an event. But given the fact that the formulas are just sitting out there, I kind of assume you're supposed to be able to take them. That doesn't seem to be the case. Anyways, we're out of the sacred city and looking at the map. We need to head up to Suran. But it's not immediately clear to me that we can actually make it there. There'd have to be some kind of a bridge. Oh, we could swim it, I suppose. See what those signposts say.
Outlander, what do you want?
Just a friendly warning. Don't spook the Netch. Don't worry, they're completely safe if you don't bother them. But get them riled up, they're trouble. Especially the Betty Netch. Betty Netch.
What do you mean the Betty Netch?
The Betty Netch is the tough one. It's the Bull Netch that's poisonous, but the Betty Netch is twice as tough and mean.
Good to know. Could you tell me about... Well, tell me more about the Bull Netch.
Normally a single Betty Netch would have a harem of 5 or 6 Bull Netch, but we keep the Bull Betty ration closer to a 1-to-1 for faster breeding. Tends to make our Betty Netch a little more aggressive than they are in the wild.
Alright, so no directions to Saran, sadly.
Outlander, what do you want?
I'm a Netch herder. It's long hours, but easy work. Just keep them from wandering off.
Hear any rumors?
Have you noticed, for all its proclamations about protecting the rights of property and preserving law and order, the Imperial Legion does little enough to capture and prosecute abolitionists? It's a bit hypocritical, don't you think?
What about advice?
Spying and selling Dwarven artifacts without an Imperial charter is illegal, but I've never heard of anyone pinched for it.
What about secrets?
You're an Outlander. Maybe you don't know about the kinds of Daedric ruins that we have here in Morrowind. Daedra cults worship the bad Daedra. You can learn more about that at the temple. Anyway, long ago, before the temple put a stop to it, people used to worship the bad Daedra, Molag Bal, Malekith, Shegarath, and Merunis Dagon, at Daedra shrines. But lately, since the Empire came in, some people have taken to worshipping the bad Daedra at these old sites, and I warn you, they're dangerous places.
Pretty. Be nice if I could just keep it still, but I know the third person will affect it. Nope, that's friendly.
Rolly says nothing to you at this time.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
Now he's got something to say. Alright, so I think I'm trying to get here.
I don't think we've been introduced, Outlander. I'm Larusa Hlalu. How can I help you?
Tell me about House Lalu.
Yes, we both belong to House Hlalu. Are you here to discuss business?
I would, but it looks like you aren't ready to discuss it.
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you?
What do you know of the 6th house?
The 6th house, the sleeping house, House Dagoth, the house of Lord Dagoth, the true house, the one house to welcome all true Dunmer and drive the Inwa from our land. Rejoice and join us. Come to Red Mountain and prepare the way for his coming.
What can you tell me about Dagothur?
He is the lord and father of the mountain. He sleeps, but when he wakes, we shall rise from our dreams, shall sweep our land clean of the Inwa. Why have you denied him? As Lord Dagoth has said, all shall greet him as flesh or as dust.
As much as I dislike swimming, I think I'll make an exception for this one.
I believe I've seen a dark elf in such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you?
What spells do you know?
Yes, sir?
Oh yes, actually I should double check, so... Oh, that's right, I also need to get to Ebonheart, so maybe I should be taking the walk. Roland's here, alright. Old Sotha. Okay, it wasn't exactly where I was planning on going, but I can make the detour. assume that I'm running into something nasty here. One of the drawbacks is that I am somewhat full, so even if I do wind up getting some interesting things, I might have to drop most of it. Yeah, there is no shortage of stuff. Probably shouldn't be using restore health like this. Save. That was easy.
I don't know you. What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm Nelatha Horrendous, witch hunter.
No. Tell me more.
If you're looking to for someone to talk about the witch hunter's trade in Morrowind, you should talk to Melver Rindu at the Hall of Justice in Vivec.
What about any secrets?
If someone attacks you first, you have the right to defend yourself. If someone doesn't attack you first, you're going to break the law if you attack them.
What do you know about the Nerevarine? Just the same that everybody else does. Just want to make sure I didn't pick up something called Roland's Tears before I go further. This won't be good for my health. break out the ebony sword on this. Daedric Tanto might be good for training short swords when the time comes. Right, I'm not quite ready to go to the lower level until I've explored everything else. Definitely would have unloaded a bunch of gear if I thought I was going to be going into the ruins, but I also should probably just anticipate my usual inclination towards treasure hunting when the opportunity comes. This will be more complicated. I gotta be careful now. Too late. Should have looked at the health. Don't mind if I do. Right now, I'm not 100% sure if I've read either of both of these.
From the pen of Enzolakis, 2nd century sage. 3rd era, 120. The 15-year-old empress, Quintera Septim II, daughter of Antiochus, was coronated on the 3rd day of first seed. Her uncles, Magnus, king of Lilmoth, and Sepphoris, king of Gilain, were in attendance, but her aunt, Potema, the wolf queen of solitude, had been banished from the court. Once back in her kingdom, Queen Potema began assembling the rebellion, which was to be known as the War of the Red Diamond. All the allies she had made over the years of the disgruntled kings and nobles joined forces with her against the new empress. The first early strikes against the empire were entirely successful. Throughout Skyrim and northern High Rock, the imperial army found themselves under attack. Potema and her forces washed over Tamriel like a plague, inciting riots and insurrections everywhere they touched. In the autumn of the year, the loyal Duke of Glenpoint on the coast of High Rock sent an urgent request for reinforcements from the imperial army, and Quintara, to inspire the resistance to the Wolf Queen, led the army herself. 3rd era, 121. We don't know where they are, said the Duke, deeply embarrassed. I've sent scouts all over the countryside. I can only assume that they've retreated up north upon hearing of your army's arrival. I hate to say it, but I was hoping for a battle, said Quintera. I'd like to put my aunt's head on a spike and parade it around the empire. Her son Uriel and his army are right on the border to the imperial province, mocking me. How are they able to be so successful? Are they just that good in battle, or do my subjects truly hate me? She was tired after many months of struggling through the mud of the autumn and winter. Crossing the Dragontail Mountains, her army nearly marched into an ambush. A blizzard snap in the normally temperate barony of Dwinnen was so unexpected and severe that it must certainly have been cast by one of Potema's wizard allies. Everywhere she turned, she felt her aunt's touch, and now her chance at facing the Wolf Queen had at last been thwarted. It was almost too much to bear. It is fear, pure and simple, said the Duke. That is her greatest weapon. I need to ask, said Quintera, hoping that by sheer will she could keep her voice from revealing any of the fear the Duke spoke of. You've seen the army. Is it true that she summoned a force of undead warriors to do her bidding? No. As a matter of fact, it's not true, but she certainly fosters that rumor. Her army attacks at night, partly for strategic reasons, and partly to advance fears like that. She has, so far as I know, no supernatural aid other than the standard battle mages and the Nightblades of the modern army. Always at night, said Quintera thoughtfully. I suppose that's to disguise their numbers. And to move her troops into position before we're aware of them, added the Duke. She's the master of the sneak attack. When you hear a march to the east, you can be certain she's already on top of you from the south. But listen, we'll discuss this all tomorrow morning. I've prepared the castle's best rooms for you and your men. Quintera sat in her tower suite, and by the light of the moon and a single tallow candle she penned a letter to her husband-to-be, Lord Modellus, back in the imperial city. She hoped to be married to him in the summer at the Blue Palace her grandmother Quintilla had loved so much, but the war may not permit it. As she wrote, she gazed out a window at the courtyard below and the haunted, leafless trees of winter. 2 of her guards stood on the battlements, several feet away from one another. Just like Modellus and Quintara, she thought, and proceeded to expound on the metaphor in her letter. A knock on the door interrupted her poetry. A letter, your majesty, from Lord Modellus, said the young courtier, handing the note to her. It was short, and she read it quickly before the courtier had a chance to retire. I'm confused by something. When did he write this? 1 week ago, said the courier. He said that it was urgent that I make it here as quickly as possible while he mobilized the army. I imagine they've left the city already. Quintera dismissed the courier. Modellus said that he had received a letter from her urgently calling for reinforcements to the battle at Glenpoint, but there was no battle at Glenpoint, and she had only just arrived today. Then who wrote the letter in her handwriting, and why would they want Modellus to bring a second army out of the imperial city into High Rock? Feeling a chill from the night air at the window, Quintera went to shut the latch. The 2 guards on the battlements were gone. She leaned over at the sound of a muffled struggle behind one of the barren trees, and did not hear the door open. When she turned, she saw Queen Potema and Menton, Duke of Glenpoint, in the room with a host of guards. You move quietly, Aunt, she said, after a moment's pause. She turned to the Duke. What turned you against your loyalty to the Empire? Fear? And gold, said the Duke simply. What happened to my army? Asked Quintera, trying to look Potema steadily in the face. Is the battle over so soon? All your men are dead, smiled Potema. But there was no battle here, merely quiet and efficient assassination. There will be battles ahead, against Modellus in the Dragontail Mountains, and against the remnants of the Imperial Army in the city. I'll send you regular updates on the progress of the war. So I am to be kept here as your hostage? Asked Kintira flatly, suddenly aware of the solidity of the stones and the great height of her tower room. Damn you, look at me, I am your empress! Think of it this way. I'm taking you from being a fifth-rate ruler to a first-rate martyr, said Potema with a wink. But I understand if you don't want to thank me for that. And Chance's Folly. By the time she was 16, Minerva Iolos had been an unwelcome guest in every shop and manor in Balmora. Sometimes she would take everything of value within. Other times it was enough to experience the pure pleasure of finding a way past the locks and traps. In either situation, she would leave a pair of dice in a prominent location as her calling card to let owners know who had burgled them. The mysterious ghost became known to the locals as Chance. A typical conversation in Balmora at this time. My dear, whatever happened to that marvelous necklace of yours? My dear, it was taken by Chance. The only time when Chance disliked her hobby was when she miscalculated and she came upon an owner or a guard. So far, she had never been caught or even seen, but dozens of times she had uncomfortably close encounters. There came a day when she felt that it was time to expand her reach. She considered going to Vivec or Nisus, but one night at the Eight Plates, she heard a tale of the Heron ancestral tomb, an ancient tomb filled with traps and possessing hundreds of years of Heron family treasures. The idea of breaking the spell of the Heron tomb and gaining a fortune within appealed to Chance, but facing the Guardians was outside her experience. While she was considering her options, she saw Ulster Moresby sitting at a table nearby, by himself as usual. He was a huge brute of a Breton who had a reputation as a gentle eccentric, a great warrior who had gone mad and paid more attention to the voices in his head than the world around him. If she must have a partner in this enterprise, Chance decided, this man would be perfect. He would not demand or understand the concept of getting an equal share of the booty. If worse came to worse, he would not be missed if the inhabitants of Heron Tomb were too much for him, or if Chance found his company tiresome and elected to leave him behind. Ulster, I don't think we've ever met, but my name is Minerva, she said, approaching the table. I'm fancying a trip to the Heron ancestral tomb. If you think you could handle the monsters, I could take care of unlocking the doors and popping traps. What do you think? The Breton took a moment to reply, as if considering the counsel of the voices in his head. Finally, he nodded his head in the affirmative, mumbling, Yes. Proper rock, hot steel, chitin, walls beyond doors, 53, 2 months and back. Splendid, said Chance. Now, not the least put off by his rambling. We'll leave early tomorrow. When Chance met Ulster the next morning, he was wearing chitin armor and had armed himself with an unusual blade that glowed faintly of enchantment. As they began the trek, she tried to engage him in conversation, but his responses were so nonsensical that she quickly abandoned the attempts. A sudden rainstorm swelled over the plain, dousing them, but as she was wearing no armor and Ulster was wearing slick chitin, their progress was not impeded. Into the dark recesses of the Heron tomb they delved. Her instincts had been correct. They made very good partners. She recognized the ancient snap-wire traps, deadfalls, and brittlebacks before they were triggered, and cracked all manners of lock, simpler tumbler combination, twisted hasp, double catch, varieties from antiquity with no modern names, rusted heaps that would have been dangerous to open if even one possessed the actual key. Ulster, for his part, slew scores of bizarre fiends, the likes of which Chance, a city girl, had never seen before. His enchanted blade's spell of fire was particularly effective against the Frost Antronax. He even saved her when she lost her footing and nearly plummeted into a shadowy crack in the floor. Not to hurt thyself, he said, his face showing genuine concern. There are walls beyond doors in 53. Drain ring, 2 months and back. Pop a rock. Come, Mother Chance. Chance had not been listening to much of Ulster's babbling, but when he said Chance, she was startled. She'd introduced himself to him as Minerva. Could it be that the peasants were right, and that when madmen spoke, they were talking to the Daedra Prince Shegarath, who gave them advice and information beyond their ken? Or was it rather more sensibly that Ulster was merely repeating what he heard tell of in Balmora, when in recent years Chance had become synonymous with lockpicking? As the two continued on, Chance thought of Ulster's mumblings. He had said chitin when they met as if it had just occurred to him, and the chitin armor that he wore had proven useful. Likewise, hot steel. What could walls beyond doors mean, or 2 months and back? What numbered 53? The notion that Ulster possessed secret knowledge about her and the tomb they were in began to unnerve Chance. She made up her mind then to abandon her companion once the treasure had been found. He'd cut through the living and the undead guardians of the dungeon. If she merely left by the path that they had entered, she would be safe without a defender. One phrase made perfect sense to her. Drain ring. At one of the manors in Balmora, she had picked up a ring purely because she thought it was pretty. It was not until later that she discovered that it could be used to sap other people's vitality. Could Ulster be aware of this? Would he be taken by surprise if she used it on him? She formulated her plan on how to best desert the Breton as they continued down the hall. Abruptly, the passage ended with a large metal door secured by a golden lock. Using her pick, Chance snapped away at the 2 tumblers and bolt and swung the door open. The treasure of the Heron tomb was within. Chance quietly slipped her glove off her hand, exposing the ring as she stepped into the room. There were 53 bags of gold within. As she turned, the door closed between her and the Breton. On her side, it did not resemble a door anymore, but a wall. Walls beyond doors. For many days, Chance screamed and screamed as she tried to find some way out of the room. For some days after that, she listened dully to the laughter of Shegarath within her own head. 2 months later, when Ulster returned, she was dead. He used rock to prop open the door and remove the gold.
Never hurts to have a top up and some practice. Drat. Stop. Nope, too heavy. So I'm a little torn between what I should keep and what I should drop. Alright, here's the first thing I'm gonna do. Does that help me a bit with weight? I don't like I had to drop either of those, but it makes the most sense. I could always obviously try some kind of divine intervention, but that's probably not the right move. I'm done for.
You will suffer greatly. Now you die!
It's a bit premature on the heal. There is no way I'm going to be able to carry that. Unbelievable. So much stuff. Again, as much as I don't want to get rid of that, have to make some choices. Alright, obviously I gotta get ready for a fight. Broadsword. 227. 434. Alright, yeah. I think that's the first time I haven't had somebody show up afterward. There we go. I don't even want this, I just want you. Alright, now I can turn you into a restore mana potion. Ah, the shoes put me over the edge. Nailed it. You know what I haven't found though? Roland's tears. There we go. It's an easy one to miss. I don't know. Yeah, those are mud crabs. Five flowers? access to her alchemical notes by the end of this. That was something I had to kill. I don't know what's coming after me, but this is why I don't like the water. I've got 7 of them. Okay. Not going crazy then. What's the problem here? Darkest Darkness. I may not have read yet. Pretty sure I've read Arcade the Enemy once before. No, okay. Alright, so that's dealt with. Still need to find a way. I guess I did need to go to Ebonheart to get some work done, so I might as well travel back. Let me just take a quick look at the map. So if I have business in Ebonheart, it makes sense. Yes. So I'll go through Ebonheart. I can stop by Pelagiad on my way. Drop off things with Anasi. Problem solved. Even though I'm short on time, it might be an idea to stop back in Balmora and make some potions.
Yes.
Took care of your rat problem, man. Alright, you had all the burden stuff. Every time I think I'm out of the sacred city, they pull me back in.
Wealth beyond measure, Outlander.
There is absolutely no reason for me to think that I'm going to be any more able to
No, I
steal
don't
the
have
scroll.
time for you.
Are you sure?
Hello, Caius. I'm still waiting for that gold cannon flower. Not to be pushy, but I don't like to be kept waiting. Just what I needed. Thank you so much. Here, take this, and my gratitude. It's nice to see that people still help each other.
Something tells me I'm not going to be able to sell the... Yeah. It used to work so well.
I haven't much time, so be quick about this.
I'm just trying to think of any possible way that I can get those formulas.
We're watching wealth beyond measure.
Alright, it pains me to do so, but I'm going back to Balmora because the current weight isn't going to work. If I went on the other side, I could have seen the sunset.
Let's not make this official, Outlander.
So where are you from?
What do you want? Walk with virtue, Outlander.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
I am Flacasia Faucius, the Imperial Guild Guide. I provide instantaneous transport between the various mages guilds here on Vradenfell. What is your destination? Also, I can help with local information. Do you need services? Are you looking for a specific place, or for someone in particular?
Just Belmora.
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
May you walk on warm sands.
How are you?
Yes, you've been quite helpful. And there's more. And if there's more you want to know, please ask.
Pretty sure this is all stuff I sold. I thought I already had this.
Welcome, friend. You're nearly a legend around here. Please, talk.
A little more than I want to spend, but see if I can lighten the load by talking with some of these folks.
Anytime, friend. I'm right here.
Alright, you've got 2,000. I'm not expecting a lot. Yikes. Alright, that's a start. While I'm at it, seems to be a slightly better and then that's a better ring. I mean, there's definitely a few good items that I've got here, just they're not really my thing. I can always put these shoes on to get better deals. I can't believe I'm doing this. Yeah, oddly enough, I took too much of the really high quality stuff.
How may I help you, Dunmer? How does the day greet?
Under sun and sky.
I wish I was back in Vivec.
Under sun and sky.
Now I should be able to turn in with Kaya's conscience as well.
A pleasure to meet you.
I should be able to sell these. So some of these amulets are worth hanging on to. I just don't need them right now, so. Should have dealt with the extra books first. Okay, so we've definitely read Arcade the Enemy before. Actually, I'll get these out of the way right now, so. Okay, Spirit and Book of the Daedra, so there's the book. There's Spirit. Now I know I had one about the Wolf Queen, I just don't think it was the same one. So that's 4. This was 6. So I wish I had a better finding system, but this is just gonna have to go there. Let's try that again.
Darkest Darkness. In Morrowind, both worshippers and sorcerers summon lesser Daedra and bound Daedra as servants and instruments.
I'm fairly certain I've read this. Right, I've read this before, but I didn't have it, so... Alright. Time for some alchemy. I don't know why I'm bringing these in, because I know I never use them, but old habits die hard. Didn't know I had a soul in that. All right. So if I can find something to get me telekinesis, that's priority number 1. Alright, I can work with this. So as always, I want to prioritize Restore Magicka. Okay, Cranberry's gonna be what gives me that. works for me. Alright, first thing, the small quam egg has only one roll. And same story for anything that has less than 4. I think I'm gonna get rid of those first. So, paralyze seems helpful. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing putting those gems in. Let's just get rid of them. So again, anything with 3 or fewer traits. Let's try for water breathing. I know I already have a bunch of them, but drain fatigue was something I should have paid attention to. I'm gonna have to sell all of those. Alright, again, anything with 3 or fewer. Fatigue, health, magicka, sure. Okay, drain willpower and levitate. That'll have restore health, so let's hold off on that. one more left, which is water walking, drain fatigue, and poison. See, this always gives me restore magicka, so I don't want to give that up. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to do with this. Not really. It's expensive, but it's... doesn't do much that I really want. I'll admit I'm surprised I don't have more water walking. Alright, so I think we've taken care of restore magicka, so restore health is up next. Alright, and then I suppose the last, other than special abilities, should be restore fatigue, although I've got a lot of that already, so... this is a tough one, actually. I don't know if I want to try working through all this again. Okay, restore train personality, speed, and feather. guess. Yeah, I don't really have a good system for this. It's a drain intelligence, resist poison. Cure Blight should be a really high priority. I wonder if I have that anywhere else. Alright, fortify intelligence, strength, and resist disease. Drain agility, endurance, and resist fire. I always feel like I should be able to do something with that, and I never can. Restore fatigue, resist fatigue and luck, and resist shock. Actually, had some lightning shield down here too. Just the one, huh? Alright, restore fatigue and luck, resist shock. And you know what? I'm getting short on time, so I think I'm gonna have to leave the rest of this for another occasion. Just means there's a bunch of materials that I have to put on the ground. It's gonna be who's willing to sell these. Right, everything I'm carrying I'm willing to sell. Or am using. No. Got one last important detail.
Are you here to discuss your orders, Kais, or is there something else you want? If Mero Milo says I must have a copy of the Progress of Truth, then I must have one. Go get a copy and bring it back to me. Buy a copy if you can. The 200 drakes I gave you for expenses should cover it. Now get moving.
Well met.
I have your report, and I'll make copies of your notes from Hulea and the Progress of Truth. Give me time to read and digest all this. In the meantime, I'm promoting you to Journeyman. You're doing good work, and here are 200 drakes. Go out and treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. And go do some jobs for the guilds or other freelance work, just to keep your cover story current. Or get some training. Then, when you're fit and rested, come back, and I'll have new orders for you.
Speaking of,
I'm not ready for you yet. As I told you, go out and brush up on your skills and do some freelance work to support your cover story, or go shopping, or do some sightseeing. Just leave me alone and let me think.
Greetings to you. A pleasure to meet you.
We need an Ashlander informant. I've heard of a fellow in Aldrun named Hasor Zainsubani, an Ashlander who left the Waste to become a wealthy trader. They say the Ashlanders like to give and receive presents. Take these 100 drakes, find out what Zainsubani likes, and get him a gift. Then give him the gift, and he will see if he'll tell you about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine cult. Then report back to me.
that's not asking for much.
May you find rest beyond the greetings out there. Three blessings, Sarah.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
How may I get onto the Progress of Truth?
What day is today?
Yeah, none of this is gonna work.
How does the day greet you?
So obviously grab some of my
friend.
early materials if I can. I don't exactly need more heather, but I was not expecting that. All right. Apparently the quality of my goods isn't quite what it used to be.
Should you need something,
Didn't
I will
even
be
need to
happy
put on
to
my
oblige.
shoes.
I'm all yours. Please go ahead.
Well, let's see what we can get away with.
If I can be of any assistance, I'll be happy to help.
Well, that works quick. Just nope. I'm not sure if I'm helping myself by buying all these materials, but
You seem like very good company.
Walk.
alright, so I think we were heading to Ebonheart, which would be, I think I need to go through the Halalu district.
We're watching you.
I will get around to resting, but it would be nice if I could exhaust my magicka first so I can make the most of it.
Outlander, what do you want?
Just taking a minute to look at Ebonheart. Alright, so it's south from the Lalu quarters. Alright, let's just double check what I'm up to here.
Alarvini in Dallas, a trader in the St. Devlin Glassworks, would like me to steal a shipment of limeware from a ship in Ebonheart. She claims that Boren at the East Empire Company has been manipulating the costs and is charging huge markups for all the merchandise. If I steal the limeware, she promises to reward me very well. I've agreed to steal the limeware for Alvarine in Dallas. It is supposed to be held up in customs aboard the Chun-Uk, which is docked at Ebonheart. I should expect it to be well guarded, though.
This is one that I may not be able to complete.
Yes, stranger?
Day to night. But what transforms the mind?
Greetings, Citizen Kyans. I'm Fentrill. Can I help you? Is this your first visit to Ebonheart? Is there some specific place you seek?
First time.
Ebonheart is the imperial headquarters for Vradenfell district, a busy seaport. Duke Vedum Dren is the district's ruler and the Emperor's representative. The Duke lives in Castle Ebonheart. The district council, chambers, and the Hawkmoth Legion garrison are also at Castle Ebonheart. The East Empire Company buildings and docks are outside the castle, facing Vivec to the east.
Thank you.
Greetings, Dumner. What can I do for you?
Neither of these look particularly well guarded.
Don't believe I've seen a dark elf with such a grand outfit in some time. Can I help you?
Can you tell me about the East Empire Company?
The East Empire Company is a monopolistic mercantile enterprise chartered by the Emperor and managed by a board of directors appointed by the Emperor. The company has sole authority to trade in certain goods, like flint, raw ebony, raw glass, and Dwemer artifacts, and it also enjoys favorable tariffs and regulations for import and export of other common and exotic goods, like quama eggs, marshmallow pulp, scalactris, telvanni bug musk. Because of its wealth in favor of the Emperor, the East Empire Company wields considerable influence in the Duke's administration.
What is your trade?
I'm a shipmaster. I can transport you by ship to various destinations for a modest fee.
Good to know. Thank you.
You decide.
Okay. So the problem is, I think if I try and open this, I get in trouble. Nobody's yelled at me yet.
Go ahead.
Probably should check to see if I could have done some other kind of open. I guess this is it. Just in case something happens.
Greetings.
Don't mind me.
Keep moving.
Short trip, long trip. You decide.
I can't believe I got away with that.
So I said, where's the money in that? Greetings, friend to friend.
Ah!
Fortune be with you. How may I help you?
I should check this out another time. For now, I'll just turn in the goods. was in the St. Dallin. Oh yes, I also got telekinesis portions, so...
What is this about?
maybe I can try one more time. It is getting quite late.
I'm fine, thank you. What can I do for you? You've gotten it. Well done, Caius. I was beginning to think that we'd never see this kind of merchandise again. As promised, here is your reward. I hope it wasn't too much trouble for you.
Oh, for 1,500 gold.
What
No
is this
trouble at
about?
all. Alright. So seeing as I'm here, let's see if we can... I do have a telekinesis potion, right? Yes. How it works, I'll never know. This is gonna hurt. No. Probably should have thought of that before I played around. Well, this is an easy fix, actually. I just drank 100 gold.
Outlander, What do you want?
Can you ask your question?
Not now, Outlander. Head on.
Oh dear. Did you borrow that outfit? From a Gua?
Why you gotta be so mean? No, I apparently didn't need to bring this. I thought everybody said that I was very well dressed. Anyway.
What was I thinking?
Let's see how this thing works.
This is outrageous! Guards! I hope this won't take long.
Wait. So...
This is outrageous!
Yeah,
Guards!
okay. I get it. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
I'm busy, so if you will excuse me.
I mean, the other possibility, I just want to see if there's anything. Yes, that counts as a crime.
I hope this won't take long.
Her eyes follow me everywhere.
That guy asks way too many questions. This is outrageous!
Let's see if I can get out of here before there's
Can you
trouble.
ask your
Beyond
question?
measure.
Coordinators don't seem too troubled.
Keep moving.
What do you want of me,
Well,
Outlander?
please don't be shy. I'm listening.
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure.
If you care to talk, I would consider it a privilege.
Should you need something, I will be happy to oblige.
I don't know.
Looks like we're all gonna get soaked.
I'm just hoping to turn this into the Lalu before somebody asks me to return the goods.
Have you acquired Arrane's alchemical formulas? Do you have the formulas from Arrane Fenris?
Yes, here they are.
Yes, excellent. You can keep the formulas. I'll make a copy and deliver it to the loyal Halu alchemists in Vivec.
I gotta get rid of the evidence, man.
Yes, you clearly deserve the rank of Oathman. Congratulations, Caius. A rival from House Lalu gets his wealth from an egg mine. I need someone to destroy this rival's wealth by killing the queen in the Aeneas egg mine. A rival of mine in House Lalu gets his wealth from the Aeneas egg mine. It is just across the mountains east of Siran. Go there and kill the Kwama queen and ruin my rival's business. There won't be any miners to deal with this time of year. I doubt the mine will recover.
I wonder if I can just turn myself in.
You violated the law, Caius. Since you've turned yourself in voluntarily, I'll take that into consideration. Pay 90 gold to the court and surrender your stolen goods, or surrender your stolen goods and serve your sentence of hard labor. Deliver the gold immediately, or come with me. I accept this gold as payment of fines and compensation ordered by the court, and you are now free to go.
Worth it. What time is it? 6 in the morning. Probably not really the time to rest, but...
With pleasure. Please, go ahead. I'm all ears. Where did I put that?
You've ascended to level 21. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck to saps, but you know you've earned every ounce of success.
Happy about that intelligence result. So if I can, I want to push the strength. If I can get that 3 next time, then I don't need to worry about strength ever again. And on that note, thank you very much for watching. We will see you next week, hopefully for a more complete adventure of Caius and Morrowind. Have a good one.